Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Rhonda here, and I'm back with another video. I would say I am working with a new little software on here using my phone, so I hope you guys bear with me as we go through this. But I will be going through all the watches, advisories, and warnings that is taking place all across the United States. So let's go ahead and get into this. So right now in the pink is red flag warnings right across this area that I'm circling in blue. I'm sorry guys, right here in blue is red flag warnings. Also have some red flag warnings right here in northern Texas, with freeze warnings in the purple of northern Texas, and also red flag warnings is also down here in eastern Texas. So you kind of want to keep an eye out on those red flag warnings. Make sure you're being careful when you're burning and stuff like that. I'm probably under a burn ban. I know the state of North Carolina is currently under a burn ban due to drought, so you guys got to be really careful out there. Okay, let's go back. A little laggy right here. There we go, there we go. Then up here towards the northeast, I'm gonna circle that in, let's say, black, so you guys can see it. It's in blue. I don't want to use blue twice. Okay, right here in black, that is New York area. You guys are under a freeze watch. Make sure that is currently, you guys are under a freeze watch. Now there is supposed to be a cold front that makes its way through all the way down towards the southeast, especially down here around the Carolinas. We could be seeing some showers and thunderstorms possibly around tomorrow taking place across the Carolinas. Might make its way across the entire state. But oh, that is horrible. Hold on guys. That was horrible. Yeah, it's not really working yet. It's a little laggy on this software we're using, but I'm gonna get the hang of it. But regardless, right around this area, it's just basically the whole Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, will be seeing showers and thunderstorms. Potentially might give some relief on some of these rivers and stuff. For the most part, burn bans, and they are expecting dry weather throughout this coming up Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday, so you guys gonna have to be careful. And then there was a gale warning taking place off the coast of North Carolina, mainly off the Outer Banks. Zooming on that a little bit. Yes, there is gale warnings taking place. They're all across the Outer Banks and down here towards my neck of the woods in North Carolina, especially you see the highs for the coastal part of or eastern North Carolina. It's gonna be cooler around the Outer Banks in like the low to mid 70s, potentially 80s in some spot. For further inland, you'll be reaching 90. Feel like temperatures might feel like 95 or a little bit more, depending on if you have any clouds or anything. For the most part, most of us are sticking with the 90s inside or more further inland areas of North Carolina. Might be slightly cooler out towards the mountains. Hazardous weather outlook most likely will be due to the ongoing fire danger that is currently taking place due to the lack of rain that the Carolina has been seeing. So let's go ahead and go a little bit further down here. There's also red flag warnings taking place on the southwestern side of Georgia. They're also seeing red flag warnings. So it's a lot of dry weather taking place across the United States this year. Mainly we're seeing a lot of rain, especially as we're in spring, but that's the case is kind of different this year. And I also see there look like there is gale warnings taking place over here off the west coast in Oregon and California. Actually, it's a small craft advisory, so anybody that's on any small vessels, be really careful. You might be seeing some choppy waves or anything like that. And there's also a coastal flood advisory that like it might still be for California. Yes, it's still for California, like the north or western part of California, just off the coast. Coastal flood advisory, so make sure you be careful with that. Special weather statement or hazardous high fire danger conditions. Actually, this is for Georgia. Most of the state of Georgia, including Atlanta, is seeing high fire danger. So basically, from Georgia to the Carolinas, well, all the way up into Virginia, is seeing high fire danger due to the lack of rain. Relative humidity 30% or lower. So you guys just gonna have to be really careful. This is for north and central Georgia. Might get extended a little bit more this way, especially down towards the Savannah area, but I would still be careful if I live out there. So make sure if you're under a burn ban, make sure you're not burning anything like that. So with that being said, any fires at actually winds, southwest winds at 8 to 12 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour, excuse me guys. Any fires that develop could spread rapidly. Outdoor burning is strongly discouraged. So you guys gonna just have to be careful, especially up here in Virginia too. I don't think you guys gonna be seeing much rain either. You guys are under a hazardous weather outlook, most likely due to the ongoing drought that's taking place across the Carolinas. Then you also have small craft advisory, same thing that's the West Coast is dealing with, especially on the Oregon and California state line there. You're also seeing coastal flood advisories just in the light green there. Let me circle that for you guys. Use blue again. Yeah, right in that area. Y'all guys get this drift. You guys get the drift. But that is the coastal flood advisories, as you guys can see. Let me get this off here. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place again. I'm using new software, so bear with me. Get the hang of it. Get better as we get more into these videos. Also, we have freeze watches also taking place up here in Virginia as well. Parts of Virginia actually. That's probably more into West Virginia actually, but regardless, there's freeze watches ongoing up there. Then in that blue, there's frost advisories in this area. If you live in any of these states right here, let's use yellow. We can use yellow for this one. Anybody that live in these, oh, that's a square actually. I'm so sorry guys, I'm all over the place again. I'm gonna get the hang of this. Something new I'm working with. Practice made perfect, I guess. But in these, anybody in this area right here, you guys are under frost advisory, so make sure you cover your crops if you have any crops outdoors. But for the most part, the United States is basically quiet, and we still have some ongoing fire danger. Well, not fire, freeze watches down here in the purple in these areas. So make sure you guys are being cautious if you have any you know, crops or anything like that, or any animals that is going to be outside. You don't know how really cold you guys might get. And let's just get you guys up here in Alaska get forgotten just a little bit. You guys are, you see, it's kind of hard to maneuver there. You guys got like small craft advisories as well. Nothing look like too major for you guys out there in Alaska. But regardless, most part of the Northeast is pretty quiet for any storm activity going across, you know, the New York area or anything like that. Especially out here towards the West Coast is pretty quiet, down from California all the way up to Washington State. Mainly up here in Montana, you guys are quiet too. And most of the United States is quiet. I don't see any thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm warnings, any tornado warnings or anything. There still was tornadoes. I think it was multiple tornadoes, kind of like in this little line in this area just like yesterday. There was at least one tornado and possibly two tornadoes that was taking place across this. Now again, every time, let me give you guys a little example. If you guys live in the Carolinas or Virginia, every time I looked at the radar, especially during the past few days, any rain that was coming from this general region, let's get this color, let's go back to blue, coming from this general region right here or a little further west, as they make this way this way, you dealt with it going like more like this. So it wasn't coming all the way out towards the eastern side of the United States, which is lacking rain for most parts of down here, especially down from the Carolinas, well, from Georgia all the way up into Virginia. So I mean, this general area right here, you're just gonna have to watch out, especially as we get closer into the summer months, because the hurricane season starts June 1st and run through November 30th, and he's expecting a below average hurricane season. But again, anybody that live in these general states, like right, I'm gonna do the East Coast first. Matter of fact, the entire East Coast, but these are like the main hot spots for seeing hurricanes or tropical storm development or potential landfalls. It's gonna be really around this area right into, try my best, basically this area. I'm sorry guys, this is just something new I'm working with. Get the hang of it. Can I move this out the way any? I can't move it out the way. Regardless, down towards this area. I also could see some more out towards this way as well, but mainly down towards this area all the way down into Florida. You could see tropical storm development or hurricane development down to this as we get closer into the hurricane season, which is going to be below average. But any that form like right here, like blue, any that form like in this area right here, got to be careful. Would it go out to sea, or would it come more like this, go inland, or just right up the coast? So you're just going to have to be careful. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified each and every time your boy upload a new video. And I will have another video coming out after this, or shortly after this, with ongoing what to expect over the United States over the next few weeks. Is if there was any changes over the one I did posted yesterday. And there's also coastal flood, not coastal flood advisories, flood advisories right along this area in these states right here. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Watch your local national weather service, and I will see you guys in the next one. If Scotts will, stay safe out there. Peace.